It's very interesting how you see a lot of people relocating from the US to other parts of the world. Now, most of you know me from Web Nation Africa, where we've interviewed a lot of Black Americans, African Americans who have relocated and living on the continent of Africa, right? So sometimes you probably think it's only Black people relocating. No, that's not the truth. Everybody is literally leaving, right? Caucasians are leaving, like everybody else is leaving, and I find that very interesting, because growing up as a child here in Ghana, we've always dreamt of going to the US for a better way of life, so to speak. But then people are leaving the US, quote unquote, because they are looking for a better life, and I find that very interesting.
It is so bittersweet leaving. Today is my last day in my house. Everything is empty. Everything is gone. And it's not necessarily that things are gone, it's that I'm leaving. Like, listen. It's so peaceful back here. I would sit in my hammock and just lay back and watch the clouds, watch the stars, watch the moon, talk to God. And it truly feels like the end this time. Like before, it didn't feel like the end. This feels like the end.
No, 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 no. It's too ghetto for me. The States are ratchet, okay? And growing up, I thought a lot of things were normal until I moved out, okay? Like garbage lined up in the street in New York City, for me, growing up was normal. When I came and I saw how clean Dubai is, how safe it is, I was like, wow, you don't have to live like that. And so when it comes to like moving back to the States, no, the quality of life here in Dubai is way better.
Leaving my home country was one of the best decisions I've ever made in my life. I'm talking mentally, physically, spiritually, and financially. Putting yourselves in different cultures is just so eye-opening. Like when you see how people are living in other parts of the world, it forces you to realize what we take for granted back home and what we put too much value on back home. Like in the US, all we think about is money and other toxic things like status and clout. Making money is very important in today's world, but it's just a piece of the pie. Life is truly just a balance of health, relationships, finances, and enjoyment or entertainment. And I felt like in the US, I was forced to basically abandon my health, relationships, enjoyment just to get in a good financial position. And living abroad truly helped me fix my life balancing issues, giving me more time for what truly matters. So if you can relate to how I felt back when I was living in the US, let this be a sign to get out and travel more. You can always make more money, but you can never get your time back.
Sometimes I find myself asking, am I the crazy one for wanting to leave, for being ready to leave the United States? Like, am I overreacting? Is it really not that bad? Like, I hear other people talking about leaving, but they're not leaving. Like our house goes on the market next week. So it's very real and it's overwhelming. But when I find myself asking myself those questions, like, is it really that bad? And then I remember what other nations are doing and seeing and saying, and what other leaders from around the world are doing and saying and thinking. And I remember it's not just me. Like, I'm not making this up in my head. This is happening. It just seems too crazy to be real because, like, how is this reality? How did it get this far? Anyway, it helps remind me that, like, I'm not the crazy one, that it really is this bad. And I so look forward to our new life in the Netherlands. But yeah, there's some things I'll miss from here, mostly people. But that's where we are at here in the United States these days. So, whatever.
It's official. We broke our lease and got our one-way ticket out the country from Dallas to Vietnam. And now we just need to get our lives together for the next 6 months. Saving money, getting our visas, downsizing. We have 60 days from the day we signed to move out of our apartment. And then we're going to downsize to corporate housing, so we're gonna basically just go to a furnished apartment for the remainder of our time here. We've sold most of our furniture already, so our apartment is so bare. During that time, we'll just be getting all of our documents ready, getting our documents apostilled, working on our visa process, stacking as much money as possible, getting my car ready to sell. The next 6 months is really just to grind as much as possible. Like, I've been working like almost every single day so that we can have as big of a nest egg as possible whenever we leave the country. We're just starting our journey in Vietnam while we apply for the DTV visa in Thailand. A lot of y'all are like, keep us updated every step of the way, so that's exactly what I'm doing. Let me know if y'all got any other questions.
I left America 6 months ago and my life is infinitely better. Let's talk about it. First things first, I've talked about this in other videos, but it cost me around $1,000 to leave the States, which is significantly less money than I ever anticipated. And I think it's a really important thing for everyone to be talking about, that it actually costs a lot less than you might think to leave the US. Since moving abroad, these are the things that have improved in my life. First and foremost, my physical health is infinitely better. Why? The food is better. The air quality is better. I'm happier. I'm less stressed out. Medicine and healthcare is way more affordable. Like, we're talking apples and oranges. People are nicer here because they are happier here. It is significantly easier to cultivate community in a place where people are trusting and loving and empathetic and kind. And I cannot stress this enough. My central nervous system is relaxed and calm for the first time in my life.
Guys, the most interesting part is this is America in 2025, guys. We are literally in August and people are leaving the USA, seeking greener pastures all over the world. Now, most of the problem or most of the reason why people are leaving is high cost of living. A lot of people are complaining about, making, let's say, 5,000 USD a month, and they spend about 4,500, sometimes 4,900 on cost of living, rent, accommodation, food, grocery shopping. I mean, it's the same thing, but you get my point. Like, literally spending everything, and then the rest of the money left is used for transportation, so they go back again to work the following month.
I'm this close to spending that last $400 on a one-way ticket.
Yes. Book a one-way ticket out of the US if you are trying to save money. I think all of us can agree that it has become ridiculously expensive to live in the US. Many of us are living paycheck to paycheck and just continuing to accrue debt. And honestly, the only way that I saw out was to sell my house and to move to Bali. And if you don't have a house to sell, that's okay. Take what money that you have in savings and book a one-way ticket to an affordable country like Indonesia, Thailand, Ecuador, Colombia, Vietnam, Cambodia. The cost of living in these countries is less than $1,000. You can probably get it to $200 to $300 for a month. You can stay in hostels. You can house sit for people and have your accommodation completely calm. You can pet sit as well. But slaving in America is not it anymore. We are not the land of the free. We are the land of the slaves. We are common day slaves. All we do is work, eat, sleep, repeat. So if you're sick of struggling and living paycheck to paycheck, the only way that I see out is to leave the US indefinitely. And take it from somebody who has already done so last year. Life is so much better abroad.
We are very, very seriously starting to consider leaving the United States, and I just want to hear from someone who's done it. Where did you go? How did you decide that's where you're going? How did you get a visa? Do all of that? I'm definitely researching on my own, but if there was someone I could connect with who's done this before, I just would love to utilize you as a resource, and if we can help one another, please.
These are 3 reasons why I'm moving out of the US. Number 1 is way of living. Now, I do love America in the aspect that you can do anything you want. For the most part, I'll say. For the good majority, you can do whatever you want. You're entitled to do that. You're entitled to make how much money or how little money, do this or that, whatever. But I do think it's also important for me because I know I don't always want to live in that hustle and bustle. That is one thing that America is. It's sort of hustle and bustle. You can live a slower life in America, but overall, you're going to have somewhat of a fast-paced life, especially with technology. So moving overseas it's a completely different way of life. Like in different countries like Mexico and Africa and Asia, wherever, there are a lot of different places who focus on life being life instead of maybe the 9 to 5 hustle culture. I don't want to live in that forever. Number 2 is the new experiences. Now, I've been in America my whole life. I've been here for 24 years, but I've been outside the country. I've been to France, Italy, Greece. I went to Mexico, and I've been to a good bit of states around the country. So I do enjoy the fact that I've been able to travel a good bit in my life. But to be honest, that's nothing in comparison to the full world. Like, there are over hundreds of countries. There's 7 continents. Like, the world is humongous. There's almost 8 billion people on the world. Like, it's really a different experience everywhere you go. So I really want to go out and experience what it is to just live a completely different life. Like, wake up at this time. Like, I know in different countries, they have different traditions where they don't work as hard, where they have breaks on their work day, where they might not even work certain days, where even work they don't do. They build and they barter with each other. They lay on the land, they live on the land. There's completely different ways of living, and I have to experience that as well. And number 3, money. I mean, let's be real. I mean, America ain't cheap. Come on now. Like, we're here, we see it. America is not cheap. Like, inflation's crazy. We're in a recession right now. Like, there are multiple things going on. So I do think while the US dollar is still important, don't get me wrong, like, having money is still important. Being able to utilize that money where it will stretch further overseas is the world. Like, you can literally live a completely different lifestyle overseas. Like, I have a remote job. I've had remote jobs my whole life pretty much. So I've always had that flexibility to sort of location freedom. I can be where I want to be for the most part, but having a fully remote job, still making good money, and living in a different country, you can literally pay like 1/3, 1/4, 1/5 of what your monthly expenses are now, and you can live a richer, better lifestyle overall.
Now, for those of you looking for answers on what to do if you are ready to relocate, example, you want to relocate to the continent of Africa, you don't know where to go, what to do, how to get visas. On Web Nation Africa, which is also my YouTube channel, my main YouTube channel, we've interviewed over 300 diasporans, African Americans, who have relocated to the continent, and they literally show you how to do it, how they went about it. So go check it out. Hopefully you can find some answers that would help you in your own transition. All right, guys, like, share, and subscribe. All right, see you on the next one. Bye.